Parts of speech. Identifying nouns, verbs, adjectives and adverbs. There are 8 main parts of speech which your child will be learning about at school. We will be looking at 4 of the main parts which parents find the easiest to confuse. Firstly, we'll be looking at nouns. Nouns identify people, places or things. A noun is a part of speech which is used to give an identity to something or someone. A common noun is used to identify any of a class of people, places or things. A proper noun is used to name a particular one of these things. Let's elaborate. Here we have 4 statements similar to what your child will be given in their homework that is set for them. Here we are asked to find the nouns in the sentences below. As we have already found, proper nouns are the specific names of something. So in these sentences, we have highlighted the proper nouns as these are names of specific things. Like August is the name of a month, making August the proper noun in that sentence. To find common nouns in sentences, you need to look for naming words which are not capitalized and are non-specific. The only time a common noun will be capitalized is if it's at the beginning of the sentence. So lane is a common noun as it is naming a place, but it is also non-specific, making this a common noun. So in order to answer these questions correctly, you need to have identified all of the proper nouns such as Cardiff, Wales, August and gingerbread, as they are specifically naming something, and also the common nouns which are non-specifically naming something, such as capital, birthday, children, presents, lane, witches and house. In order to explain this to your child, they need to look at the sentence that the school has provided to them. Think about which of these words name something in the text, like your name is a proper noun and girl is a common noun. So where can they see these types of words in the sentence and then enable them to find the words themselves? Next we have verbs. A verb is used to describe an action, a state or an occurrence. A verb is used in a sentence to describe doing something. When we went to school, teachers told us that verbs were doing words. This is very true, but they also describe a state or an occurrence. Let's elaborate. Here we have an example of the types of questions that your child will be provided with by their school. We'll be asked to find the verbs in the sentences that they have provided. So what your child is going to be looking for is anything that describes an action or a state or any occurrence that happens within the sentences. Here we have found the verbs in our sentences. Anthony is throwing the ball, making throwing the verb, as this is the action occurring in the sentence. This also happens in the caterpillar became a butterfly, as that is an occurrence. Emily likes roller coasters is a state, so it is describing how Emily feels, making it a verb. So in order to explain verbs to your child, when you look at the sentences, consider which words mean someone in the sentence is doing something. So if the caterpillar is becoming a butterfly, then the action word is becomes, because the caterpillar had to do it. So anything that happens in the sentence that means somebody has to do something is a verb. Now we're going to look at adjectives. Adjectives are words which describe the noun in a sentence. So when we were at school, we were told that adjectives were describing words. But an adjective in a sentence acts to describe the noun. Let's elaborate. Here we have an example of the types of questions that children will be provided from their school in regards to adjectives. So they'll be asked to find the adjectives in these sentences. So they'll be looking for the word that is describing the noun in the sentence. So as we know, in a sentence, a noun is a naming word. So the cat had pretty eyes. Our nouns are cat and eyes. So we need to find the words in those sentences that describe either the cat or the eyes. In this sentence, we can see that only the eyes are described as pretty. So our adjective would be pretty. When helping your child to find adjectives in a sentence, you need to start by asking your child to find the nouns in the sentence. Once they've found those nouns, ask them to look at the sentence again and find the words that describe the nouns that they have found. Now finally, we're going to look at adverbs. These are words that are used in a sentence to describe the verb. So an adverb is used in a sentence to describe the verb in the sentence. So we need to be looking for the doing word and then which word in the sentence is used to describe the verb. So again, here we have 4 example questions which will be similar to what your child will be given. Often with adverbs, they do leave a blank space where the adverb should go, and they'll be asked to pick a word that will fit in that place. So here we've found the answers to our adverbs in this question. Harry ate his breakfast quickly. So firstly, we needed to find the verb, which is an action, state or occurrence word inside the sentence. So here in this sentence, our verb is ate. So then we need to find out which word in the sentence describes how Harry ate his breakfast. So in this sentence, we can see that we'll know that Harry ate it quickly, and that's our adverb. When you're trying to explain to your child how to find an adverb in a sentence, you'll firstly need to ask your child to find the verbs in the sentence. Once they've found those words, you can ask them to look again at the sentence and see which of the words in there actually describe how the action was done. Thank you for taking your time to learn about parts of speech with us today. We at Help Parent hope these resources help you to provide explanations to your child when they need help on this topic. For more resources, please visit our website.